Time to talk brackets. You may have already seen all the predictions centered around March Madness, of course. But there is another chart that goes a little beyond basketball.
I can get behind this one. Our media partners at Texas Monthly, they're pitting some big Texas flavors going up against each other. So we are talking about Whataburger, tamales, breakfast tacos, brisket, and so much more. And you have a hand on which item comes out on top. I'm not going to tell you. Dan Solomon, though, he's keeping an eye on the bracket, and he is going to tell us how it works.
Sure, yeah. So the bracket is the Ultimate Tastes of Texas bracket. It's divided into, it's got 32 entrants, not 64, because if you have 64, it takes a little bit too long to get through it. And the divisions we have with 8 entries each are restaurant food, home cooking, desserts, and drinks. And basically, when you're doing a bracket like this, you need to have the true icons, but you don't want to just have icons. If it's like all bangers and no skips, then it gets really hard for voters to pick a favorite at any point. Yeah. So the Fletcher's Corny Dog and San Antonio Puffy Taco matchup was one of my favorites in the first round. I'm a big Puffy Taco fan, and I'm also a big San Antonio fan. And so the idea that this delicacy that mostly you only find in San Antonio, but that's so iconic to the city, that it was up against something that is like the first stop for most people when they go to the state fair. I thought that was a really exciting matchup, and I was really proud of the Puffy Taco that it advanced. As far as items that I was kind of hoping to see do better, I don't not like anything on the list, but I was surprised. I thought Paletas had a shot of maybe going all the way, and instead they were a first round knockout up against Bucky's Beaver Nuggets. So I was a little surprised at how little love, to me, Paletas are just like one of the tastes of Texas summer, and so I expected them to go a little further than they did. So I knew that Dr. Pepper was going to do well. We did a brand bracket back in 2023 where it wasn't all food and drink. It was everything from Stetson hats to Dr. Pepper to HEB, and Dr. Pepper. We all know people in Texas were very proud of Dr. Pepper. So we had a few soft drinks in the drinks category, but most of them were adult beverages, and Dr. Pepper just cut a swath through them. It took out the Chilton, which is a cocktail that was invented in Lubbock. It took out Shiner. It beat the frozen margarita, the iconic frozen margarita yesterday in the last round. So Dr. Pepper has just been tearing up a storm in this bracket, and that brought it to the championship against the Czech Stop Kolaches. The final four, we have the restaurant food champion, which is Franklin Brisket, against the home cooking champion, which is breakfast tacos. And then on the other side of the bracket, we've got the Czech Stop Kolaches from the dessert division up against Dr. Pepper. And, we'll see what happens. I have been really surprised at how strong breakfast tacos have performed this whole thing. They're not just winning, they're winning by huge margins. Even like last round, we had breakfast tacos versus chicken fried steak, which, I think of as one of the most iconic Texas dishes, and it wasn't even really a contest. So I think breakfast tacos have a lot of strength in this category. The voting runs until today for the final four, it runs until 4:30 p.m. So maybe over by the time this airs. But for the championship round, which will happen tomorrow, that one will run through the weekend. Vote at TexasMonthly.com or on Instagram, on Twitter or X, or on Threads if you use that.